Hello viewers and welcome to another edition of Sports on Fauzan Harun channel. If this is your first time of joining me on the show, please do well to do the honorable thing by hitting the subscribe button as well as touch the notification bell, like the program in the course of the program or at the end of it. If you enjoy it, send in your comments as well and share the program for larger audience to also benefit from the show for that matter. And then in today's edition of Sports, we are going to discuss the just ended match between Barcelona and Bayern Munich. The shipping, annihilation, mesmerizing, the thrashing, or whatever word you might want to look at it, 8-2 scoreline that Bayern Munich inflicted on Barcelona last night. And oh my, it was an interesting night of Champions League. Every sports pundit, most of them for that matter, most of us for that matter, thought it was going to be a keenly competitive game with a slim margin to end the game. But be that as it may, unfortunately for us, we saw a whitewashing, a Bayern Munich team that came to the party on a night of Champions League for that matter. And so it wasn't surprised at all. The spirit was with Bayern Munich. They had to do the honorable team by lashing the Barcelona boys by 8-2. So many talking points have been going on after the match, and so many people are predicting the sacking of Coach Quique Setien. And I quite remember when Juventus were eliminated by Olympique Lyonnais in the Champions League, Coach Mauricio Sarri went to an interview at the end of the match, and one of the panelists asked him, Coach, what do you think is going to be your future moving forward in Juventus? And he replied, the coach's reply was that the journalist was disrespectful to him, as a matter of fact, because he believed that he had a contract that ought to be respected. But be that as it may, in the next 4, 5, 6 hours leading to the next morning, he was sacked for that matter, because the journalist knew that coaches are hired to be fired. And so coaches are hired to perform with respect to their team, are hired to perform with their team. And so if your team goes down, you go down as well. And so now the same thing, likewise, Coach Quique Setien is at the receiving end now. So many journalists are asking him as to what will be his next line of action with respect to this humiliation that he has suffered at the hands of Bayern Munich for that matter. So let's look at some interesting punch holes in the game. For the scoreline and goal scorers, I wouldn't spend so much on it. The possession of the game, quite ironically and quite surprisingly, it is close, because Barcelona had 51 possession and Bayern Munich had 49 possession. Wow. Despite the lesser possession, though it was close, too close to call, Bayern Munich whitewashed them. When you look at the lineup of Barcelona, we have Marc-Andre ter Stegen. I'm going to highlight some key points with respect to the names of the players that I'm going to mention. Ter Stegen is 28 years. Nelson Semedo is 27 years. Gerard Piqué is 33 years. Clement Lenglet is 25 years, quite young. Jordi Alba, quite young, 31 years. Sergio Roberto, also 28, quite young. Busquets, 32, old. The young, he's the youngest, I think, 23 years. Arturo Vidal, 33 years. Messi, 33 years. Suarez, 33 years. Even some Barcelona fans are saying that this selection is Council of Elders, meaning they are old players on the field. And when you field old players on the field, they will find it difficult to battle a run effectively to compete with these Bayern Munich youngsters. Let me look at Bayern Munich players, though they also have a couple of old players, a little bit of them, but not as too old as that on the side of Barcelona. Manuel Neuer is 34 years, Alphonso Davies 20 years, David Alaba 28 years, Jerome Boateng 32 years, Joshua Kimmich 25 years, Serge Gnabry 25 years, Lewandowski 32 years, Perisic 31 years, Muller 31 years. So you can see that this team is younger as compared to the Barcelona team. And so my punchline as at the end of the match running up to today is that Barcelona should go in to recruit young players for that matter. Even look at Chelsea. Though Chelsea was also humiliated by Bayern Munich, but you could see that inexperienced Chelsea players were able to run on the field and tackle Bayern Munich to minimize the damage. If not that, if Chelsea had also filled old players, they would have also been received 6 or 7 goals or 8 goals for that matter. And so the era of old players is fast ending. So despite though quite controversially or debatably, I agree with Frank Lampard for sending out Willian when Willian refused to accept 2-year contract, because these old players, whatever you do, when they give you a good performance in 1 to 2 games, the next 2 games it will be disaster. And so I think Willian is a good player for Chelsea, but it's good he moves on to Arsenal while Hakim Ziyech is coming in to replace him. So this era is the era of youthful players. And so if you don't start thinking and starting the transition from the old to the youthful players, you're going to be paid dearly, as Barcelona Barcelona were made to pay dearly yesterday with respect to the old players they fielded on the field, for that matter. And so this is an era of youthful players. So it's not surprising that the likes of Mason Mount and Tammy Abraham are running the fray, as well as Christian Pulisic, who are equally young players and moving the course of Chelsea. And so Bayern Munich has done that, and Barcelona should also learn that from this unfortunate disaster that befell them yesterday. So if this is your first time of joining me on the show, please do well to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, send in your comment as well. So no wonder so many talking points and punchlines are coming in at the end of the game that Coach Kiki Setien should be booted out. Hans Flick is doing the job for Bayern Munich. Hans-Dieter Flick is doing the job for Bayern Munich ever since he was appointed. He's been fantastic coach for that matter, getting in the goals for them. And Bayern Munich has turned out to be a machine instead of an ordinary team. I remember last season when Liverpool went to thrash them, went to defeat them 3-1 at their home ground to eliminate them out of the Champions League. Ever since that period, there's been a progression and transition from the team. The coach, Hans-Dieter Flick, has done effectively well, and it's a good omen that Bayern Munich has not rushed to go into appoint a new coach for that matter. Hans-Dieter Flick hopefully is going to be given a permanent deal. He was given a trial in the course of the season to continue, but he has done enough to justify that his position and or as the head coach of Barcelona be cemented in the when the season ends, leading to the start of next season. And so, without much ado, I will end here on the show by saying good luck to Bayern Munich and say better luck to Barcelona, wishing them the best of luck in their endeavors in the future as they are going to start preparation for the upcoming Spanish La Liga, and they need a break for that matter. And already the trollings have been going on in the social media that Barcelona has recorded 8 cases, 2 recoveries, and 2 active, 8 cases, 2 recoveries. You know, when we say 8 cases, 2 recoveries, it's the term and terminology or an analogy used to describe the COVID-19 scenario that has unfortunately befallen the world. And so, thank you very much for joining me on the show. Without much ado, I don't know if something is left for me to run through. I don't think anything is left for me to go through. Thank you very much, lovely viewers, for joining me on the show. Hope to meet you some other time in the show for that matter. Thank you as well. God richly bless you and continue to support the channel. If you have been watching me on the channel, all I can say is that thank you very much. May God bless you for that matter. And if this is your first time of watching me on the show, please do well to subscribe and join the family by touching the notification bell so that whenever the program is in session, you're going to be alerted effectively. The talking point is going to continue. Unfortunately, Barca has lost. Talking point is going to run through till the beginning of next season, whilst we continue to watch the remaining teams in the Champions League and the Europa League. Thank you for joining me. As I always say, God bless you. Cheers. Hope to meet you some other time on this channel of choice. Bless you wherever you are.